And then he moves into, he ends this chapter. He begins the next section with the section on the wonders of the heart. And this is the section where he deals with what he calls the muhlikat, those things that are destructive to us. And the muhlikat, in his understanding, are the vices that will kill the heart. And he talks about pride and arrogance, and he distinguishes between vanity and arrogance. He says vanity, all you need is a mirror, but arrogance always requires another person. So the vain person simply needs a mirror to admire himself, but the arrogant person needs another being to oppress. And he talks about the roots of these, and much of it is related to death, the fact that people have forgotten that they're going to die. And then he ends this section with the book of delusion, or what we would call illusion. The internal state where we completely misread ourselves. We don't know who we are. The Arabic word, the Roman word for personality, persona, means mask. In Arabic it's called shakhsiyah, which comes from a word that means a shadow. So the personality is a shadow, it's an illusion. Who you think you are is not who you really are. Who you are is related to your historical narrative, where you were born, where you grew up. If you speak here like a Kentuckian, you have a certain way of speaking. But if you grew up in New York, you would be speaking like a New Yorker. These things have nothing to do with your personality. They're simply the circumstances you find yourself in. And he says that to get out of this delusional state is the beginning of the path, to want to get out of this state, to recognize that you're in it. And that's why the next book, which is the last 10 books, the book of salvation, the first chapter is about repentance, metanoia, changing your mind, turning back, realizing that the destination that you're on is one to your own death. And he ends this, he has fear and hope and trust in God, and he puts trust and tawheed in the same chapter, which is very interesting. Because to him, tawheed is not a theoretical construct, which it is to most Muslims. This idea God is one. No, to him, God is doing everything at every instant. That is tawheed. And Ghazali is arguing that if you really understand this, you will have utter trust in God. You will put all your trust in God because it's all God. God is doing everything in every instant. And this is why if you're not content with your circumstances, he argues you're not content with God. Because it's God that put you into those circumstances, but what God is asking you to do is respond to them appropriately. That's the challenge. It's not the circumstances. The challenge is the power that God has given you in your will, your irada, to actually take your circumstances and respond appropriately. And there are only 4 circumstances and 4 requisite responses. You're in tribulation, and he says the response to that is patience. You're in a situation of blessing, and you have to respond to that with gratitude, and that will increase you. And if you don't do those things, what he says, if you're in a state of gratitude and you respond by heedlessness, the blessings will be taken away from you, not as a punishment, but as a reminder to pull you back. One of the things he says, he said there's only 2 types of people from a hadith. People in tribulation and people in good situations. He said, if you're in a good situation, God will send the people of tribulation to you. And if you reject them and close the door on them, He will make you the people of tribulation. He'll take away your blessings. Because your blessings are to serve the people in tribulation. These are the awakenings that he's trying to instill and inculcate. And this is why, as you read this book, a transformation should occur. If it doesn't, you haven't read the book. But the book is not to be read once. In the Hadra